Good afternoon, fans. This is your girl from Mel'S Mad Chat, and this is episode 279 of the podcast. How is everybody doing this afternoon? I'm doing well. I'm just busy. I hope everybody's going to have a great weekend. Everybody's going to have a great Friday. I'm going to be seeing my son tomorrow, and I really, been really missing him a lot more and whatnot. And on top of it all, sorry, I'm thirsty today. That next month is my mom's anniversary of her death, and it's getting closer, and I'm like, I want to have everybody around me when this happens, and I just miss my mom, and every time I see him, it's been rough this year, but I've been, I'm surprised that I've been able to get through it as best I possibly can. um I am probably going to do something on TikTok. I'm going to just probably set my phone up, and I have it's a stand, and it's also a selfie stick. So I'm going to put it up there, and, put some good tunes on for my mom, and just enjoy the entire day and everything like that. So yeah, and, things are just taking more and more developing in my life, and it's about time that I can just smile and don't feel so guilty about smiling. So hopefully everybody's going to have a great weekend. Hopefully, the weather isn't going to be too bad, because the other day we were dealing with 71-degree weather in fucking February. You crazy? It's crazy. So what's not crazy is April 2nd. It's coming up really fucking quickly. And April 2nd is got nothing to do with WrestleMania, okay? Nothing to do with WrestleMania, because it's got to do with Autism Awareness Day. I'm going to be wearing blue. You should be doing too. I'm going to post a picture on my social media, on every social media that I have, and I'm going to tag it, and I'm going to hashtag it World Autism Awareness Day. And I'm also going to do little videos and stuff like that. So April's going to be really, really, really crazy with content between WrestleMania and Autism Awareness Day, it's pretty much all month. It's not just a day in my house. I live by autism. I'm a autism aware. I'm an autistic advocate. I'm an advocate before advocacy was cool. Okay, Paul Heyman, please. You think you're the advocate for Brock Lesnar and whatnot? Please, I've been an advocate a lot longer than you've been an advocate, and before it was cool to be saying advocate. So I want everybody to please mark your calendars. Go and put a reminder on autism on April 2nd, Autism Awareness Day. Please wear blue, tag it of World Autism Awareness Day, and please tag me into the picture or the video or whatever you want to upload, and please do that. And let's stand up for the people who don't have a voice. We are the voice of the voiceless. Please, it's a very, very, very big cause, and it holds near and dear to my heart, because I'm an advocate. I'm an advocate for my son. My son doesn't have a voice. I'm the one that is going to do what he wants me to do, and I'm not going to bat an eyelash. And, you know, I have been doing this for 17 years. My son is going to be 18, and I am proud of him every single day of my life, every single day of his life. I love him to pieces. And with him having the autism, with him dealing with the loss of his grandmother, I can't fathom what he's really going through. I would give anything to be in his mind for like 5 minutes. He must be wanting to curse me out or curse everybody else out and be like screaming at the top of his lungs because he can't do that. You know, when I lost my mom, I was able to verbalize how I was feeling. And he hasn't. And this is why this cause is never going to stop. These days are not going to stop, because it may be just one day out of the year. It's not in my case. It's an every day, every hour, every minute, every second of my life. And I wouldn't trade it for the world, because my son is a rock star and I love him to pieces, and he makes me the most proudest person on the planet. Now, I'm not going to get into having his father, because his father is an asshole. All right? My son's father is basically a sperm donor. And I get all the praise. Not him, not anybody else. I do. Because I'm the one here in the trenches. I'm the one here fighting for him. And he's not gonna have a weak person to fight for him. I'm a strong motherfucker. I may not look it. I'm strong. And I've proved it this year with the loss of my mother. Now, if anybody fucks with my kid, there's going to be a problem, all right? I'm sorry, but my kid comes first. And this is why I'm such a... I am more of a lioness with my kid than other women, because they don't have to worry about speaking for their kid. So if anybody fucks with my kid, I have no problem throwing hands. I don't like to get violent, but when it comes to my kid, I'm gonna throw hands, and I don't care. I will die for my kid. All right. So April 2nd, Autism Awareness Day. Please take a picture, take whatever you want. Please tag in me and hashtag it World Autism Awareness Day. And you can share stories with me. You can share, your interaction with autistic children or autistic adults, because remember, autistic children turn into autistic adults. So I'm just having like really bad anxiety, because I'm all my son has, and I'm afraid when I die, that he's gonna be alone and he's not gonna have anybody. So that's another headache that I have to deal with. And that's what makes me strong, because I'm doing things right now to basically ensure my son that he's going to have me for a very, very long time. What's a very, very long time is me getting through this. I'm sorry. It was about an 8-minute spiel, but, I'm very, very passionate about my causes. Speaking of causes, my lovely people over at Harry's.com. Do me a favor, if you want the best toiletries and the best shaving essentials, please go check out Harry's.com. Please, also, if you have a beard or you know somebody who has one, please go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com and get all your beard essentials and some righteous merchandise to boot. Please, if your thirst is killing you and you want to murder your thirst, you got to go to Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com and try their 3 flavored spring sparkling seltzers, waters, which are mango orange, mixed berry, and lime. Also, please don't forget to go check out their spring water and their sparkling water that is unflavored. If you need a strong cup of coffee in the morning, please go check out the people over at Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com. They have a multi-pack with 3 flavors: gingerbread, pumpkin spice, and blueberry vanilla, which that flavor is now permanent on the website. So go check it out. And they have some righteous merchandise, and if you're a coffee lover the way I am, you're gonna be in for a treat. It's really good. So go check that out at deathwishcoffee.com. Please do me a favor and go check out House of Glory at houseofglory.com. I'm sorry, houseofglory.hogwrestling.net. Sorry, I'm just completely brain fart. They just announced that there's going to be a match between Kushida and Low-Ki. So that's going to be a decent match, and there's going to be many, many, many more matches to be added to this card on March 10th. So if you're in the metro area and you're able to get to the event, please go check out everything. Get all the information on hogwrestling.net, and you can see this event on Fight TV. Now, I locked in a price. And it's $4.99 for me for the rest of my days until I, want to get rid of it or anything like that. But right now, they have upped it. So it's $7.99 a month because they added bare knuckle boxing or bare knuckle wrestling. So go check it out. Fight TV Plus. Get the subscription. I've locked it down. I'm glad I did. I'm glad that it's $4.99 and there's no issues. So that's where you're going to be able to find and watch if you're not able to get to the event on March 10th from HOG Wrestling. All right, let's get this started. Please, my social media, please go check out me on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter at Mel's Mat Chat. And please go check me out on Snapchat and Facebook. Also, when you're on this, please do me a favor, like, share, and subscribe. Please turn on the notifications so when I upload a regular video or a short, you know about it. So go check that out, and please just share my YouTube page, share the videos, share everything on your social media, so I can grow and everything. So all right, let's get to episode 279. We're going to go right into the Rampage and Dynamite, and we're going to cover Monday Night Raw, and you're out of here for the week. Yep, you're out of here because you can find all the go-home shows on my preview and predictions of the Elimination Chamber. Also, please go check out my Elimination Chamber review. It's right now on the channel. We have AEW Dynamite from last Friday, and they were coming from the Sammy's Auto Arena in Laredo, Texas. We are starting off the program with the AEW World Trios Championship match. The Elite, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks versus AR Fox and Top Flight with Dante and Darius Martin. Don Callis joins the commentary team for the match. Fox jumped over the top rope, landed on the Bucks. He soared over the top and wiped out Kenny Omega. The Elite called for a timeout, trying to collect themselves. Omega tagged in and shoulder tackled AR Fox. The Elite worked over Fox in the corner with triple team maneuvers. The Bucks hit a neckbreaker, backbreaker combo on Fox. Nick smashed Fox with a bulldog. AR Fox landed a cutter on Nick Jackson, doing a great job maintaining control. Dante tagged in and connected with elbow strikes to Kenny Omega. Dante followed up with a tope and a big crossbody press for a near fall. Kenny tried to snapdragon suplex, but Dante landed on his feet. Darius tagged in and splashed Matt and Kenny in the turnbuckles. AR Fox got a 2 count on Matt after a 450 splash. The fans chanted, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Nick Jackson delivered a massive senton. Omega tagged in looking for a vague trigger. Hold on. Never mind. And on Darius and pinned him with the one-wing angel. After the match, the arena went black. Brody King and Malachi Black were on the stage when the lights came back on. "I think the House of Black just called out the AEW World Trios Champions," said Excalibur. "This could be the toughest test for the Elite," added Chris Jericho. Mark Henry interviewed freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy and was interrupted by Wheeler Yuta. Yuta showed off his ROH Pure Championship and said he was going to take Cassidy's All-Atlantic Championship. "If you want this, come and take it," said Orange. "I plan on it," replied Wheeler Yuta. Absolute Ricky Starks versus Jericho Appreciation Society, Daniel Garcia. Garcia pie-faced Starks, but Starks quickly fired back with a solid right hand. Starks connected with a big elbow strike. Starks grabbed Garcia's wrist and dropped a sledgehammer shot off the second rope. Starks charged at Garcia, but Garcia countered, knocking Starks to the arena floor. Garcia worked over Starks' leg. Back in the ring, Starks tried for a spear. Starks collapsed as his leg gave out. Starks sent Garcia flying with a belly-to-belly suplex. Starks fought through the pain and stomped Daniel Garcia. "Hell of a wrestling match," said Jim Ross. Garcia trapped Starks in the center of the ring with a dragon tamer. "How much more can Ricky take?" said Shivani. Starks crawled and tried to reach the bottom rope, but Sammy Guevara came down and pulled the ropes away from Starks. Action Andretti sprinted down to the ramp and sent Sammy hard into the steel ring steps. Andretti and Guevara brawled around the ringside. Starks landed a spear on Garcia and followed it up with a Rochambeau for the pin. Ricky Starks never quit, and finally he got his ace finisher in for the victory, said Jim Ross. After the match, Sammy grabbed the microphone and said he wanted a match with Action Andretti next week. TBS Champion Open Challenge, Jade Cargill with Layla Gray versus Vervixen. Jade hip tossed Vervixen out of the corner. Jade did push-ups in the center of the ring, mocking her opponent. Cargill pinned Vervixen after rocking her with Jaded. Legitimately, blink and you were over. Seriously. And if you're wondering, it's cranberry juice and raspberry lemonade, no vodka tonight. I have to get up at 4. Main event time. The Natural, Dustin Rhodes versus Swerve Strickland with Parker Bordeaux and of the Mogul affiliates. Rhodes and Swerve wasted no time duking it out with one another. Dustin quickly took the fight to Swerve, not backing down an inch, unleashing hell on him. Swerve connected with a cheap shot to Dustin's jaw. Dustin dodged a kick and nailed Swerve with a released German suplex. Swerve fired back with a kick to Dustin's jaw. Outside the ring, Swerve drop-kicked Dustin's head into the steel barricade, Dustin was busted wide open. Here we go with the blood again. Swerve is bloodying his knuckles on the forehead of Dustin Rhodes right here, said Chris Jericho. Swerve bit on Dustin's head, but Dustin rallied back with a power slam. Dustin landed 2 lariats. Dustin nearly pinned Swerve after a code red. Dustin Rhodes was half a heartbeat away, said Excalibur. Dustin spiked Swerve with a pile driver. Dustin was looking for the crossroads, but Swerve broke free. Dustin grabbed Swerve again and rocked Swerve with the crossroads and then the final reckoning. Dustin went for the cover, but Parker pulled Dustin out of the ring. Parker whipped Dustin into the metal ring steps, and referee Aubrey Edwards awarded Dustin Rhodes the victory via disqualification. Finally, that we get actually her doing her fucking job instead of fucking goddamn making the fucking match about her. Finally. Now we're cooking here. Parker held Dustin back by Swerve gouging at Dustin's forehead with Parker's chain. AEW security ran to the ring, but Parker knocked all of them out of the ring. Swerve whispered into Parker's ear. Parker went to grab a cinder block from beneath the ring. Parker placed Dustin's head onto the cinder block. Swerve was going to smash Dustin with the curb stomp on the cinder block, but Keith Lee returned and evened up the odds for Dustin. Keith Lee forced Parker and Swerve to retreat. Okay, a little bit of news going into Dynamite. There's going to be an announcement, which is, spoiler here, there's going to have like almost like a reality show, but it's almost like the Undeniable series with Cody Rhodes. Also, if the rumors are true, which you could take that as you see it, that Paul Levesque, Triple H, is clamoring to sign Kenny Omega. Will he? We don't know. But Triple H is now up. He's hungry. And he's ready to feast. And he's going to feast on getting the entire fucking full house of EVPs. We got Cody. Well, WWE got Cody. Puts the cherry on the top of the sundae. WWE gets Kenny Omega. Then you got the Bucks. And then you possibly could get a Jay White or a Kota Ibushi. You got the fucking full house. And if you could get the other one with the 6, that's the kicker. That's the fucking kicker. Systematically, if he gets 5 or 6 or 5, he's put a fucking huge wound in AEW. If he gets 6, AEW is screwed. Because the television deals are going to be coming up and they don't have the star power. And if Triple H can do that, I don't want to be I don't want to be like a AAA or a fucking Impact at this point, because he's ready to feed. He's hungry. Triple H is fucking hungry to the point that he is going to eat whatever he needs to eat to get to his next victim. Once he gets his next victim, he's gonna fucking lick and suck the bones. And I'm telling you, AEW right now is the fucking filet mignon with the fucking surf and turf, the whole kick-a-boodle, with the tiramisu and the creme brulee. Dynamite was broadcasted live from the Footprint Center in Phoenix, Arizona. We started off with the All-Atlantic Championship match. All-Atlantic champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy versus ROH Pure Champion Wheeler Yuta. Orange Cassidy has been fighting a champion, taking on all challengers, said Excalibur. Yuta and Cassidy countered one another with a plethora of pinning combinations. Wheeler used a front leg sweep on Orange. Yuta rolled up Orange for a near fall. Cassidy used Yuta pinning technique on the seatbelt for a 2 count on Wheeler. Claudio Castagnoli came out to ringside and didn't look so happy. Claudio gave a pep talk to Yuta in the form of a slap to Yuta's face. Yuta nailed Orange with a tope and then whipped Orange into the barricades. Yuta sent Orange shoulder first into the steel ring post. This is a different man that Orange is facing than the man he brought into the wrestling business, said Excalibur. Wheeler Yuta battered Orange Cassidy in the corner with the chops. Orange fired back with a drop kick. Orange jumped off the top, but Yuta countered with a knee. Wheeler came off the top with a big elbow strike. Wheeler sent Orange to the outside with a drop kick. Wheeler countered a spin through DDT from Orange with a brainbuster for a near fall. Yuta rocked Orange with a German suplex. Orange answered with a German suplex of his own. Wheeler pulled out the mousetrap move, a move that Orange's arsenal for a near fall on Orange. Yuta and Cassidy traded shots in the center of the ring. They had the same idea and took one another down simultaneously with clotheslines. Wheeler tried for a pile driver on the apron, but Orange backdropped out of it. Orange spiked Yuta with a diving DDT on the floor. Orange followed up with a DDT in the ring. Yuta countered with a beach break with a pile driver for a near fall. Orange connected with the Orange Punch for a 2 count on Wheeler Yuta. Orange landed the beach break, but Yuta kicked out right at 2. Orange clocked Wheeler with another Orange Punch and pinned Yuta. That was a haymaker city for sure, said Taz. Orange wanted a hug from Wheeler, but Wheeler shoved Orange away. Claudio came out and ordered Wheeler Yuta out of the ring. That's a very interesting situation, you know. Renee Paquette was backstage with Hangman Adam Page and Evil Uno. Page, I've asked you, Evil Uno, to stay out of this so many times. Evil Uno, you're right. But you know, I hear Dark Order is not on your level. So please don't get involved in my match tonight. Ruh-roh. Absolute Ricky Starks came down to the ring. Starks, it's no secret for the past few months I have dealt with the interference from the Jericho Appreciation Society. To me, the message is very clear. Chris, you do not want to have a rematch with me, so I accept that. I'll be moving on from Chris Jericho, but what I have right here is an open challenge. What's with these open challenges? My God. An open contract for a match against me at Revolution. And my theme song says the Revolution will be televised. So I'll be damned if I'm left off Revolution. The Ochos, Chris Jericho, walked onto the ramp. Jericho, now Ricky Starks, I know you're trying to do the right thing. You're trying to bait me into another match with you. It's not over till I say it's over. But you beat Chris Jericho. Congratulations. It's the highlight of your career, but it's never going to happen again because you are not on my level. So good luck with your little open challenge. I hope it goes well. Pretty Peter Avalon walked out to accept Starks and the open challenge. Jericho blasted Peter with a Judas effect, and he cut his hair finally. Oh, my Lord. Jericho joined Starks in the ring. Jericho, maybe I should take that contract and embarrass your ass. Starks, yeah, but let me ask you this. I don't understand why you keep needing JAS unless you don't think you could beat me. Jericho, you don't think I could beat you one-on-one. Starks, nah. Actually, I don't think you could beat me. And in this, he says, well, you were able to beat 2 former world champions, what she was saying, The Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't understand these people. We know who it is. Just say the motherfucking things, for Christ's sakes. Jericho, you damn right I could beat you. I'm Chris Jericho, and of course I could beat lowly Ricky Starks one-on-one. I'll sign the contract. I'll even sign an addendum saying the Jericho Appreciation Society stays back, except I don't have a pen. He goes, Ricky Starks says, I do. Starks handed Jericho a pen, and Jericho pulled it out, Starks' hand. And he raises it up like he was going to do, and you're on the list. I like that little bit of a nuance. It's great. Jericho, I'm going to sign you stupid contract. You wanted it, you got it. Jericho against Ricky Starks at Revolution. But be careful what you wish for. Remember, this is nobody outsmarted the Ocho. He said he's the demo god in this. He shouldn't be using that anymore. Not as of late, what's been going on. I'm just saying. We have the Acclaim, Anthony Bowens and Max Caster with Daddy Ass against the Firm's Big Bill and Lee Moriarty with Stokely Hathaway. Caster shoulder blocked Moriarty and then took him down with a big forearm drag. The Acclaim used tandem offense on Lee for a near fall. Big Bill blew through Bowens with a rolling elbow strike. The Guns came down the ramp and began to stomp a mud hole in Daddy Ass. The champs ran away once Caster moved towards them. Bowens blasted Lee with the arrival. Caster hit mic drop and pinned Moriarty. Nice victory by the Acclaim, but the champions are pissed, said Taz. And Max Caster said he went and directed this to Big Bill, and he said he spelt the word soft like they did in WWE. And that was pretty funny. Tony Schiavone interviewed Christian Cage about his return to AEW. When Schiavone introduced Christian Cage, Jungle Boy Jack Perry speared Cage from behind. Jungle Boy came out with 2 chairs and placed them on one another, singling the concerto. Christian Cage's head. Jack Perry picked up the second chair and was about to hit Cage with it when Cage hit a low blow. Cage smacked the chair onto Jungle Boy's head. Christian Cage repeatedly bounced Jungle Boy's head off the chair, busting Jungle Boy wide open. More blood. Oh, Lord. Sky Blue versus Saraya with Tony Storm. Sky Blue charged at Saraya. Sky Blue climbed to the top turnbuckle and Tony intervened to buy Saraya time. Saraya pulled Sky Blue off from the top and sent her crashing down onto the mat. Saraya planted Blue Sky in the back of her head for a near fall. Saraya battered Blue Sky on the ropes, but Sky Blue countered with a body press. Sky followed up with a knee strike and a drop kick. She attempted to pin Saraya, but Tony jumped on the apron. Saraya nailed Sky with a thrust kick as Sky was distracted by Tony. Saraya forced Sky Blue to tap. Tony and Saraya were about to spray paint Sky when Dr. Britt Baker, DMD, and the AEW champion, Jamie Hayter, sprinted to the ring. Storm and Saraya retreated up on the ramp, but were caught in the middle when Ruby Soho came out and stopped them in their tracks, and she wants a title shot against Jamie Hayter. Ahead of the 60-minute Iron Man match against AEW World Champion MJF at Revolution, we heard from the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. This was fucking amazing. Danielson, it seems like you people might want me to win the AEW World Championship at Revolution. Trust me, I'm going to do everything in my power to beat MJF for that title. But I want to talk a little bit about what MJF said last week. MJF came out to the ring and he hates Bryan Danielson. Let me get this straight. He put a bounty on my head, tried to injure me, and he hates me. MJF hospitalized my mentor, William Regal, and he hates me. AEW World Champion MJF comes out on the ramp. Onto the ramp. MJF, see, Bryan, you may have all these people twisted, but I know who you really are, and I know who I really am. The only thing I have in this life that I could trust is this Triple B, the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Not you, Bryan. Everybody loves the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. They throw their hands up in the air and scream yes at the top of their lungs. And if that wasn't enough, you have something I'll never have. You have a family, and you take it all of it for granted. You want to know why I hate you? It's not because of these people think you're better than me. It's because Lord knows on March 5th they'll know that's not true. I hate you because you had more concussions than anyone in this business, and you're still in my sport. Every time you step foot in the ring, you say something is more important than your family. You're spitting in my face because you're taking everything I kill for granted. You're worse than William Regal because you're addicted to the spotlight. I'm going to punish you for everything you have taken for granted. I think MJF is basically talking about his sister-in-law, because that's who is in the spotlight. I think that's what's she's addicted to. I don't think it's Bryan Danielson. I think it's Nikki Bella. All right, and I think it's also his wife, but I can't confirm that. Okay. Danielson, don't you dare bring my children on into this. I'm going to kick the shit out of you. MJF, I'm going to make Dada pay for all his selfishness. I'm going to make sure Dada can never play with you again. Uncle Max is going to take his fist and hit Dada over and over again. I am going to give him a present on March 15th. I'm going to give him the gift of early onset CTE. And he said the names of his children verbatim. He said Birdie and Buddy. Danielson heard enough and charged at MJF. Security ran down to separate Danielson and MJF. Tony Schiavone was backstage with the AEW Women's World Champion Jamie Hayter and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD. Hayter, I think Saraya is deserving of a championship match, but I also think Ruby Soho is too. So let's have some fun. Revolution, make it a three-way match. And it should be elimination style. Okay? We have the Revolution Tag Team Battle Royal. The participants include Rush and Preston Vance, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, the Lucha Brothers, Rey Fenix and Penta El Zero Miedo, the Butcher and the Blade, Top Flight Dante Martin and Darius Martin, Best Friends Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta, John Silver and Alex Reynolds, Aussie Open Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis, Angela Parker and Matt Menard, Arya Daivari and Tony Nese. The winning team will face the AEW World Tag Team Champions, the Guns and the Acclaim, and another team to be determined next week for Revolution. Penta El Zero Miedo and Tony Nese traded chops on the apron. Mark Briscoe ran to the ring and went right after Josh Woods. Penta El Zero Miedo spiked Nese and made Nese with the Made in Japan and eliminated him. The Lucha Brothers tossed Ari over the top rope onto Smart Mark Sterling on the arena floor. Butcher and Blade eliminated Aussie Open. Silver threw Black Blade over the top rope and to the arena floor. Butcher hoisted Reynolds and chucked him over the top rope like a slab of meat. Vance ate a kick from Penta El Zero Miedo and was sent over the top rope. Rush kicked Penta El Zero Miedo out of the ring and eliminated him. Rey Fenix punted Rush out of the match. Butcher tossed out John Silver. Danhausen entered the ring and tried to curse Parker and Menard, but they threw him over the top rope. Danhausen distracted them while the Best Friends came up from behind and tossed Parker and Menard outside the ring. Parker was thrown over the top by Rey Fenix, but Lethal and Jarrett flipped Fenix over the top to eliminate him. This left Lethal and Jarrett with Trent. They double-teamed Trent, but Trent did his best to fight the odds. Trent nailed Lethal with a DDT. Jeff connected with the stroke on Trent. Lethal was flipped over the top by Trent. Jarrett rocked Trent with another stroke and then eliminated him. So Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal are going to be taking on the Guns and the Acclaim. Why isn't there a fucking other tag team? We are seeing Jeff Jarrett in 2023. Oh, no, almost March of 2023. And then they tell WWE, oh, we don't want the legends in the fucking ring. I don't want to fucking hear it from anybody. If they do it, WWE has carte blanche to do it, and I'm not going to fucking say anything. I'm not going to like it, but I'm not going to say anything because both companies are doing the same thing. Tony Khan had a massive announcement, a fucking reality show. Seriously, it wasn't a fucking new title. It wasn't a fucking new anything. It was a fucking reality show that fucking the same precipice Cody Rhodes had with Undeniable. Go look it up on fucking YouTube. Give me a fucking break. Tony Khan, I thought this announcement would be made by one of our major stars. So he gets all dressed up just to hand it over to Adam Cole. walked out and said, the beginning next month, there's going to be a weekly show called AEW All Access that will show more of the stories of the stars of AEW. Cole continued, that same night, the night AEW All Access debuts, I'm going to make my in-ring return to All Elite Wrestling. I'm gonna take a look at it. If it's boring, I'm not. This is gonna be a waste of fucking Tony Khan's money and time. Main event: Blackpool Combat Club, Jon Moxley versus Dark Order, Evil Uno. Evil Uno charged at Moxley to start the match. Evil Uno raked at Mox's back. Hangman Adam Page was watching from backstage. Evil Uno whipped Moxley with his leather vest. Evil Uno splashed Moxley in the corner. Moxley tried to rip off the mask of Evil Uno. Evil Uno booed Moxley in the face. Booted him in the face. Evil Uno smashed Moxley with a senton off the top and to Moxley on the arena floor. He's got Moxley very dazed, said Excalibur. Moxley whipped Evil Uno headfirst into the metal ring steps. Evil Uno was busted wide open. Oh my God. What was like tonight that was, everybody said, everybody's on their period. Let's just make everybody bleed. Seriously, not necessary. Moxley is so savage, said Tony Schiavone. Evil Uno spiked Moxley with 2 consecutive pile drivers. Moxley rallied back and drove his elbow into Evil Uno's jaw. Moxley locked in the bulldog choke, and the referee stopped the match. Jon Moxley wouldn't release the hold. Silver and Reynolds sprinted to the ring, but they were followed down by Yuta and Claudio. Hangman Page charged down to the ring like a cowboy from hell. Page wrapped barbed wire around his fist and battered Moxley. Page attempted the buckshot lariat. Moxley avoided it just in time, and that is the end of Dynamite. We are going to be going to the Cow Palace in San Francisco, California, to Monday Night Raw, and I'll get you out of here. I want to thank Ringside News. This is all Ringside News' work, so, go check them out. WWE goes on at 8 o'clock, and here's the match highlights and results from the show that will take place on this page. With the conclusion of the Elimination Chamber, WWE will now focus on building its storyline to WrestleMania 39. The U.S. title is on the line as Austin Theory defends against Edge. The updated card for the show is as follows. United States Championship, Austin Theory versus Edge, Seth Rollins versus The Miz, Mustafa Ali versus Dolph Ziggler. The show starts and the opening package for the show airs. The commentators welcome the audience. Sami Zayn's music plays and he makes his way out to the ring. He gets on the mic and says he is feeling a lot of feelings right now. He says that one feeling comes out more than anything is gratitude. The ovation he received means a lot to him. He says the other thing he's feeling is guilt after coming so close to beating Roman Reigns. He says he felt like he didn't finish the story, but he has realized the story is never over. He said they are entering the final chapter, and it's not just about him. He said there's one person he needs to talk to and calls out Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens' theme song plays and he comes out to the ring. Sammy said there is so much that he wants to say to Kevin, and he thanks him. He wants to apologize, but they are past that point of words. He said there's no coming back from what they said, but Owens says there is nothing more important than taking down the bloodline. He said he will not rest until he sees the bloodline comes crumbling down. He said they each couldn't do it alone, but they can do it together. Owen says he doesn't need his apology because he didn't help Sammy, but he didn't for him because his family watched him get beaten by the bloodline. He said he's fine fighting the bloodline by himself. He's still done with Sammy. He says Sammy to ask Jay for help to take down the bloodline, and then leaves the ring. Baron Corbin attacks Sami Zayn from behind while he's on the entrance ramp going back to the locker room. We come back from commercial break. Baron Corbin says Sami didn't deserve to be in the same ring as Roman Reigns. He also said he was the last person to beat Roman Reigns. Baron says Reigns destroyed Sami in front of everyone. He says Sami's story is over, and he embarrassed himself and his own town because he is a complete failure. Sami charges for the ring and attacks Corbin and sends him out of the ring. So we have a match between Corbin and Zayn. Zayn attacks Corbin outside the ring. Corbin fights back and attacks Zayn. Corbin with a backbreaker cover, 1-2 kick out. We go to commercial break. We come back. Corbin picks up Zayn. He escapes and kicks Corbin. He then hits the elbow on Corbin. He does it again. Sami with a tornado DVT cover, 1-2 kick out. Corbin sent outside and Sami dives onto him. He sends him into the ring and goes for the huluva kick, but Corbin counters with a clothesline. Corbin attacks Sami and hits a deep six cover, 1-2 kick out. Zayn with the huluva kick to Corbin for the win, and Sami picks up the win. We go to commercial break. We come back. Rhea's interviewed backstage, and she says they have unfinished business with Edge and Beth Phoenix, but she's focused on WrestleMania. Dominic says it's not worth talking about Beth and Edge. When asked about Flair, Rhea says Charlotte can keep living in 2020 because she refuses to see that she is in the best. She is the best in WWE. She says that her place is walking out as women's champion. Rhea says they will have to wait and watch what happens on SmackDown. Dominic says he will tag along since his dad has a match on SmackDown against Karrion Kross. I think I booked that. I think I'm the one that fucking said, I know what this is going to happen. When she goes over, he's going to come and he's going to start the feud for WrestleMania. I can't believe I booked this. I fucking booked this. Is somebody feeding them ideas for me? Possibly. I'm not going to deny it. I'm just saying. Kathy Kelly interviews Austin Theory, who says he's banged up, but here he is because he's the champ. He says he put Seth down, sorry. What really is bothering him is that everyone's talking about John Cena coming back to the WWE. He asks for some respect. Austin says he has a United States Championship match, which is great because he gets to beat Edge, and then he will go on to WrestleMania. Dolph Ziggler versus Mustafa Ali. We come back from commercial. Mustafa Ali is coming to the ring. Ziggler takes down Ali, knocks Ali down, and hits the clothesline. Dolph with a neck breaker. He goes for the super kick, but Ali escapes the ring and attacks Dolph, who tries to bring him into the ring. Ali with a kick to Dolph, who retaliates with a DDT cover 1-2 kick out. Dolph goes for a famouser, but Ali counters and rolls him up for the win. Ali picks up the win. Kathy Kelly is backstage with The Miz. Maurice's hands him an anniversary gift. Miz is shocked by the gift and says this news will be broken on Miz TV next week. He dismisses Kathy and who is trying to ask him about Seth Rollins. Miz says Seth was too big for his boots, and he's glad Logan took him down, and he has caused Seth's loss. He again says the gift given by Maurice is awesome. Cody is shown walking backstage, heading out to the ring. We come back from commercial. Cody Rhodes' theme music, and he walks to the ring. He gets on the mic, but before he can start to say anything, he is interrupted by Heyman on the Titantron, who introduces himself. Cody asks where is he? Heyman says he's backstage. After Heyman says he is backstage, Cody asks him to come out. Heyman says he was mauled by Sami Zayn. He says this weekend he was tragedy for him. He says the true tragedy of his story will be his fall. Story will be fall on Cody. The fall of Cody. Heyman says Cody can't beat Roman Reigns. Heyman says if Cody hypothetically beats Roman Reigns, what's life going to be like? He continues to say Roman has the wise man. He says if he beats Roman, he won't have Paul Heyman with you. He says he will have to spend 200 days a year defending the title, and he will be busy promoting WWE. Heyman, Dusty, his father, was never home when he was home. Then he asks, what if that sacrifice Cody is willing to do? Heyman assures Cody that is when he will find out that his WrestleMania dreams are his own personal nightmare. Cody says Roman is great, but he has seen this play before, and asks him not to send Heyman again. He says Roman is without a doubt the greatest undisputed Universal Champion, but he has to finish the story by beating Reigns at WrestleMania. There was a part that I seen on Twitter. He's like, who's going to keep his wife company warm? It's not going to be Roman Reigns. He's a happily married man. Heyman's not. So that was good. That was ECW Paul Heyman. Okay, that was great. That was great. Asuka versus Nikki Cross. We go to commercial, and the match begins with Nikki knocks down Asuka and attacks her. Cross with a chop to Asuka. Asuka with a vicious knee strikes. Asuka drags Nikki to the apron and delivers the knee strike. Asuka goes for a kick but catches the ring post. Nikki then hits a reverse DDT. We come back from commercial. Asuka with a backhand strike to Nikki. Asuka with a German suplex. Asuka caught up in the apron and Nikki attacks her. Nikki climbs to the top rope but stopped. Asuka hits a DDT from the top rope. Cover 1-2 kick out. Both women exchange strikes. Asuka kicks Nikki in the head and goes for a Asuka lock, but Nikki picks her up and slams her. Asuka locks in her submission hold as she submits. Asuka picks up the win. Asuka and Bianca Belair stand down each other. Belair holds the title and points at WrestleMania sign. Blue liquid comes out of Asuka's mouth, which scares Belair. Carmella is interviewed backstage, who says she hasn't thought about WrestleMania, but she has thought about Asuka. She says she will deliver a receipt to Asuka. Kathy Kelly then interviewed Seth Rollins, who says two times Logan has ruined his WrestleMania plans. He then says the joke is on Logan. He states that he is going to find Logan Paul and hurt him. But since Logan isn't here, he will settle for The Miz. We come back from commercial break. MVP backstage, and he calls Brock a coward for getting disqualified. Amos with him. MVP says Amos is issuing a challenge to face Lesnar, and he asks him to show up next week to accept the challenge. Ay, ay, ay. I hope this is a fucking rib, because if this is actually the case, there has been people, rumors or whatever the case may be, that Vince McMahon is back in creative. This is Vince McMahon, through and through. And if it is all true, I fucking called it. I knew this was going to happen, and I'm thankful sticking to my guns. The Miz and Seth Rollins. The match begins with Rollins attack Miz in the corner. Miz rolls out of the ring. Seth goes after him and slams him onto the announcer's table. He then sends Miz into the barricade before sending him into the ring. Seth attacks The Miz and sends him out of the ring. He then hits a sliding dropkick on The Miz. Miz with a DDT cover 1-2 kick out. We come back from commercial. Rollins with a roll-up, but no pinfall. Miz regains the advantage by attacking him in the corner. Rollins fights back with a clothesline. Seth attacks Miz and hits a couple of clotheslines. Seth with a super kick and goes for the pedigree, but Miz escapes. Rollins hung on the ropes and Miz plants him. Miz goes for a skull-crushing finale, but Rollins escapes. Miz goes for a running knee strike. Cover 1-2 kick out. The Miz kicks Seth. He goes for a kick to the head, but he is caught and Seth punches him. He knocks him down and hits the stomp. He does it again and again, and the referee stops the match, and Rollins picks up the winner by ref stoppage. Carmella is backstage, and she is granted her match by Adam Pearce. His phone rings, and it's Chelsea Green. She's complaining about being in the wrong place. Adam says he will fix and hangs up on her. Alpha Academy is backstage, and Bronson Reed appears behind them. Chad says he is getting ready to model, and Bronson asks him to model a body cast. Otis tells him not to speak to Gable that way. We come back from commercial. Bayley is in the ring with Damage Control, and she welcomes everyone to the show before insulting the audience. She says that she decided to pick herself up and spend the day with her family, Damage Control, since it's Family Day here in Canada, and they're doing a segment called Ding Dong, Hello. She then says the crowd doesn't love them like she does. She asks Dakota how it feels to be the greatest women's tag team champion of all time. I've seen better. I've seen much better. All right? I've seen much better in different promotions than these two. I think I just lost my place. Dakota says they wouldn't be here without her. Becky Lynch comes out, and she's got a microphone in her hand. She says it's been a long time since they defended the tag team titles. Becky says she wants to take those tag team titles. Bayley asks who will team with Lynch. Becky said there's only one person she's thinking of, and then Lita comes out. Bayley says Lita doesn't work here. Bayley tries to remind them of Lita and Becky's rivalry. Lita says that they're over it, and she's liking the idea of walking into WrestleMania as tag champs and challenges them to a tag title match. Bayley says they haven't earned it yet. Becky lists their accolades and says it's enough. Lita says they should defend the titles if they are the greatest. Lita suggests they are scared. Bayley accepts. Lita and Becky take the titles from Damage Control. They throw the belts at Kai and Sky. Candice is backstage and she says Johnny was pretty banged up. Nikki backstage, she is stopped by Candice, who asks why she's following her. Nikki asks her to tell her why. Nikki whispers something in her ear and ran away. Candice says Nikki said all of her friends are gone and she's alone. Candice then said that Johnny will be back. Chad Gable versus Bronson Reed. They come back from commercial. The competitors are in the ring. The match begins and Reed knocks him down. He then hits the shoulder tackle outside the ring. Reed sends Gable into the ring and attacks him. He goes for a shoulder tackle, but Gable attempts the ankle lock, but Reed escapes. Gable knocks down Reed and hits the diving headbutt. Cover 1-2 kick out. Reed with a clothesline. Maxine is at ringside. Maxine Dupree. Gable with a German suplex. Cover 1-2 kick out. Gable calls for Otis, who is distracted by Maxine. Reed attacks Gable from behind and hits a power slam. He then hits a tsunami for the win. Winner Bronson Reed. Austin Theory is getting ready for his match. We come back from commercial break. Elias is in the ring and he asks Rick Boogs to take notice. He said this is the time of the year when stars are made and there's no better star than him. He asks, who wants to walk with Elias at WrestleMania? Bobby Lashley music hits and he comes out. He slams Elias and then slams him into the barricade and the ring post. Lashley then sends him into the ring and spears him before locking in the Hurt Lock. Lashley gets on the mic and says his weekend, Brock Lesnar pancaked and resorted to a low blow. He said he says no one breaks the Hurt Lock, so he will be disrespected or he will put everyone down. Edge is interviewed backstage and he is happy. The Judgment Day is in his rear view and he can get back to his goals. The question whether Austin Theory has the mental ability to last in this business. He said he hasn't held a championship in a while and he's running out of time. He said his second WWE match in this arena. WWE United States Championship match. Austin Theory versus Edge. The match begins and Edge takes him down. He drags him out of the ring and plants him on the mat. Edge with a side Russian leg sweep. Cover 1-2 kick out. We come back from commercial break. Edge with a backdrop on Theory on the outside. He then dives onto him. Cover 1-2 kick out. Theory fights back with a clothesline. He hits the fallaway slam. Cover 1-2 kick out. Theory goes to work on Edge. Theory with a drop kick on Edge. Cover 1-2 kick out. Theory attacks Edge after they came back from the commercial break. He sets Edge on the top rope and goes for a suplex, but Edge throws him off and hits a crossbody. Edge with a clothesline and a flapjack. Cover 1-2 kick out. Edge sends Theory to the apron and Theory uses a whiplash on Edge. Theory goes for the drop kick, but Edge catches him and powerbombs him. Cover 1-2 kick out. Edge goes for the spear but misses, and Theory attempts a monkey flip. Edge lands on his feet and locks in a crossface. Theory gets to the rope. Theory rolls him up and uses the ropes, but the referee sees it. Theory attempts an A-town down, but Edge hits an execution. Cover 1-2 kick out. Finn Balor comes out and kicks Edge as Theory hits an A-town down for the win. Winner, Austin Theory. Following the match, Finn Balor attacks Edge viciously. He then hits a coup de grace. He does it 2 more times, and that's the end of Monday Night Raw. Thank you, Ringside News, for giving me the run-through of the show. And that is it, people. That is it. That's all she wrote. Until next week, we're going to have a full 4 shows on deck. We're going to be starting to talk more about WrestleMania. We're going to start getting the cards together. And don't forget, we're going to be also doing Revolution. Revolution's going to be on, I believe it's, when is Revolution? Revolution. Let me check. Channel it is. When is AEW Revolution this year?
2023 Revolution will be on
March 5th. That will be not this weekend, but the following weekend. So, something to look forward to. I will be covering it with no problem. So, it's going to be, show's going to be on at 2 o'clock on Friday and Saturday at 10 o'clock in the morning, because I'm going to record everything that I need to record on Friday night. So everything will be great, and then do the reviews sometime Sunday, and that will be it. What will be it is this. Please do me a favor, go check out the people over at Harry's, harrys.com, for all your shaving and toiletry essentials. Please go check out Maestro Classics at maestroclassics.com and get all your beard essentials. Please do me a favor, go check out Liquid Death at liquiddeath.com and get those 3 flavors, mango, orange, mixed berry, and lime. Please go check out Death Wish Coffee at deathwishcoffee.com, and to know, and so you guys know, Blueberry Vanilla is permanently on the website, so go and indulge. Please go check out on March 10th, HOG Wrestling is presenting their next event, and one of the matches is Kushida versus Low Key. So if you want to go see that match live and in person, please go check out hogwrestling.net. And if you can't do it, go to Fight TV. I've locked in my $4.99. I'm not getting it raised. Next month, actually it was as of today, they raised it to $7.99, but it's still a steal. So go check that out. So go to Fight TV, sign up for the Fight TV Plus, and you get unlimited replays of the events that you've purchased. I'm going to get out of here. Remember, please go check me out on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter at Mel's Matt Chat. And please go check me out on Facebook and Snapchat. And remember, April 2nd, World Autism Awareness Day. Remember to dress in blue, tag me, and hashtag it World Autism Awareness Day, because it's every day in my house. So have a great rest of the weekend. I love you all. I will be back here next week for episode 280, and we're getting dangerously close to episode 300. I can't believe it. It's crazy. I've been doing this for like 5 fucking years, and I finally got onto YouTube, and I'm getting the hang of the YouTube situation, and I'm hoping that I can get more people to follow me. That would be great. I would like to get to at least 50. If you could get me to 50, that would be awesome. All right. But until then, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all next week for episode 280. Have a wonderful weekend. I love you all, and just continue being you. All right. Check you later.